What is going on, guys? We are back, another DSP video, and it happened again. DSP has monetized someone else's death. The creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama, has passed away, and my god, the world is mourning, and DSP is monetizing. So he decided to talk about it on his pre-stream, and talk about how he was inspired, and he does all the great things because of him. And then he went on to name all his great stuff. But you know what? Let's start with a clip here. We have Duty. Scumbag DSP craps on AT for making his last game an RPG. I guess he won't be able to milk his death some more.
Pretty sad, but it is what it is. Now, there's this other game, Sandland, coming out this year. And I think a lot of people kind of had their eyes on it. But we're like, nah, I don't know if I'm interested or not. You know, a lot of people, Sandland isn't like the most popular manga that Toriyama's done. But now that he's passed away, how much do you want to bet? People are going to be all over that game now and be like, oh, wow, basically like the final Toriyama game to be made because now he's gone. But at the same time, guess what? It's an RPG. Oh, no. Another RPG? It's like, oh, come on, man. Like, really? Because when would I like to play it? Yes. But another, right now I have to cut back on the RPGs. I have way too many going on. I need to finish up the ones that I'm playing before I move on to more. You know what I'm saying? So just things are getting rough around here with the RPGs. Really. Anyway. Alright. So let's move on. Let's briefly...
Yeah, DSP, it's getting rough around here for all the RPGs that you're poorly playing. And, oh yeah, that guy's death is, you know, in the background. You're a fucking scumbag, DSP. We have this from Mr. Ludicrous. Toriyama dies, and DSP turns into getting annoyed about his last game being an RPG because there's too many RPGs. Why does everything happen to Phil? It's like when Kobe Bryant died, and on the same day. Poor DSP had his save file get corrupted on Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, that's one of his most famous sayings is, oh guys, first Kobe Bryant, now my game save, what else could happen today? What a scumbag. And this from Shao. I fucking can't believe that someone decided to monetize AT's death and think it's fine. Oh wait, this fucking guy did. Fuck you, Darkside Phil, you disgusting ghoul ass leech. We have this from JG Win. DSP covering Toriyama sounded like someone that can't process complex emotions and just says things. It could have been worse though. Otherwise, just word barf. We have Poems at the Future. He only knows Dragon Ball and Chrono Trigger. I wouldn't expect him to have much to say. JG with pretty much, however, him talking about naked Goku was kind of weird. Yeah, he was talking about his penis. Then we have Gamer Face Gaming. It time, monetized death. And you see Phil with his eyes lit up, just ready to monetize that death. Then we have Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs. Mr. Toriyama, your legacy will live on. Now moving on to tips. There are none. Where is everyone? Yeah, In an Outer Place. And of course, as expected, Phil's tribute to Akira Toriyama is a recounting of DSP's history and all the great things I've done that are Toriyama inspired. His exact words. We have the Model Gamer. Wow, just when you think Phil's narcissism can sink no lower, he amazes you. And we have Lord Diaz. How is Darkside Phil celebrating the legacy of Akira Toriyama on his level 1 podcast right now? He's talking about Goku's penis. And this was also in the same rant from DSP, where he talked about DSP culture. We have this from Gout Gout. According to DSP, Japanese culture didn't have an influence in America in the 80s/90s.
In the 1980s and 90s, okay, Japanese culture did not have much effect on the United States at the time. I think the biggest thing was that song, I Think I'm Turning Japanese. Remember that song? So it was kind of like we were aware of Japanese culture here, but it certainly didn't have any kind of a heavy influence.
And of course, people had to reply to that. May is Bay. He's correct. Speed Racer, Godzilla, Battle of the Planets. No one's heard of these things. They have Ilion. Oh, good Lord. or he's making himself look that way because he's being racist as fuck because he got beat by Tokido a million years ago. I'm almost impressed of how much of an asshole he can be. Yeah, we have Titanium. Yeah, no child of the 90s has ever heard the phrase, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Nope. What was that even from? And we got Big Fat Baby Legs. How? 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 Can someone constantly on every subject known to human race? Why is his take always bad? We have Nosferatu. No one. Everyone. America. All these words just refer to him and his experience. We have Next Gen Guy. Is this a normal response when talking about 80s cartoon? Phil's gin brain is too soaked to remember correctly. Apparently in Connecticut, no one knew what anime was. They just knew Turnin' Japanese was a song by the Vapors, which aren't Japanese. Then it comes back to Sandland. Phil's response to his late mentor's new game coming out when he found out it was another RPG. RIP, Akira, Toriyama. One of your fans wishes you could come back to life to change the genre of your last games, and we see Phil with his head in his hands. So that's it for now. Hope you guys like that. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. And as always, hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. I love each and every one of you. Peace and love.